What's up, friends? Welcome back to the channel. Super excited that you guys are joining me here again for the final episode in Breaking Bad Season 1. It's been a fantastic journey so far through the season. Super excited to see how it wraps up. Little nervous for some of the characters. Obviously, Walter, he's got a little bit more of a trail now that he's left. Although Hugo took the fall for a last episode, I'm sure we haven't seen the last of it. And so it'll be interesting to see what he does in his new situation, kind of with newfound power over a few people. He's made a name for himself in the drug dealing neighborhood and world. And so I'm excited to see kind of what he does with all this kind of newfound fame. I'm sure his name is going to be talked about in a lot of circles. Obviously, it's not Walter White. Heisenberg is the new word on the street, but we'll see what happens there. We'll see how Jesse kind of works himself back into the relationship, because obviously Walter is now, it would seem, the best equipped to both cook the meth and to deal with these guys like distributors and other people. So we'll see how Walter works him back into the relationship once he comes back in. But I hope you guys have been enjoying watching my reactions to this series so far. I hope you've been enjoying Season 1, and if you would, as always, like to watch along with me for the entire episode, definitely check out my Patreon link in the description. That's where you can find that, as well as full-length reactions to the other stuff on the channel, as well as polls to help me decide what I watch or react to in the future. But I hope you enjoy watching my reaction to the season finale. If you do, definitely consider leaving a thumbs up. That helps the channel grow, helps the video reach more people, so I appreciate you guys who do that. But without further ado, let's go ahead and finish off the season.
Rest assured, no stone will go unturned in our search for the person or persons responsible for this.
I knew it. I knew that we hadn't seen the end of it.
He was arrested for having a small amount of marijuana in his car, and he's since been fired.
Dang it. That sucks for Hugo.
Whoever took it had a key. We're talking inside job? Someone who's still at the school?
Sir, at this time I'm not...
Walter getting frisky in public. I feel like Walter gets off just by the idea that he can evade people and just having power in a situation.
But as he's chair of the science department, he's made a very special effort to be with us here. I'd like to take a moment to thank him for that.
Awkward. Y'all applauding the criminal.
Where did that come from? And why was it so damn good?
It seems like the more Walter gets invested in the meth business, the more that he just becomes a BA in other facets of his life. I guess it kind of goes back to what he said in the intervention scene a couple episodes back, how he didn't really feel like he had control over his life or was making decisions, but now that he's kind of making decisions, he probably feels a lot more liberated and a lot more like he can enjoy his life as he has control over it.
Jeez, you look like Lex Luthor.
Listen, I
see
visited
it.
you in the hospital, but you were asleep. That is 17.5. Your half of the 35,000.
You got this money from Tuco.
He's blowing Jesse's mind right now. This is not the Walter that he knew.
2 pounds a week, 35,000 a pound.
What about pseudo, man? How are we gonna get that? It takes me a week to get this stuff. See, that's the bottleneck in your brilliant business plan.
All right.
Shoot, that plan is not looking as good as I thought it was before the episode started.
Well, I've been wondering about alternative medicine, holistic.
As long as it doesn't interfere with that treatment, anything that helps my patient have a better outlook is fine by me.
Just get the holistic healer from Seinfeld. You'll be set.
It's a calling. It's a gift.
Having a better outlook can make a tremendous difference. But it's also important that we manage our expectations.
It's very interesting that your psychology could have a great effect on chemotherapy treatment. I never really thought about that before.
What?
They look like they're about to open for a set in a jazz club.
That's it? That's all you got?
We had some production problems.
You told me 2 pounds, and now you waste my time with these chiclets?
17 and a half.
I want all of it.
Walter, whoa, my guy. I don't think you have a leg to stand on in this situation.
Consider it a capital investment.
52 and a half, 25 points big.
Okay. Can you handle 4 pounds?
Walter has gotten a taste, and now he's just running wild with it. I feel like Walter has bitten off way more than he can chew at this point. Even Jesse was shocked at what he was saying. I'm in awe of this personality that Walter's got now.
We're talking 200-300 boxes of sinus pills.
We're not going to need pseudoephedrine. We're going to make phenylacetone in a tube furnace, and we're going to use reductive amination to yield methamphetamine.
Oh, there's a workaround for it.
Now, you know what? Count me out. Today is the first day of the rest of your life.
What are you doing?
And now he's pep talking him. He's gone full teacher mode now.
Ollie, I am very proud of you. I think about you all the time. Wherever you go, whatever you do in life, always know that you have a family who loves you very, very much.
Now, that was a sweet moment, but also kind of sad, because who knows if Walter will be alive when she sees that, or at least when she's old enough to understand it.
Oh boy. A tiara. Several carats worth of zircons. Oh, Marie, you spent too much on this. It's sparkly.
Ugh, the awkwardness is palpable.
Hey, listen, Walt. You got anything stronger than beer?
Yeah, let me get you some meth.
I did a little favor for an FBI guy.
Now, I was under the impression that these were illegal.
Sometimes forbidden fruit tastes the sweetest.
Interesting. So Hank has a little bit of a dark side.
Well, what's legal? What's illegal? You know, if we were drinking this in 1930, we'd be breaking the law. Another year, we'd be okay. Who knows what will be legal next year?
Walter might have a little bit of dirt on him that he can use for the future.
Don't only goes one way either. Sometimes there's stuff that's legal that shouldn't be. Friggin' meth used to be legal. Used to sell it over every counter at every pharmacy across America. The guy that came to their senses on that one, huh?
It doesn't look like Walter has a connection there if he's super against meth specifically. I thought he might be able to subtly build like a little bit of rapport on the subject of meth and drugs.
It was a gift.
Ah, a gift? Mr. Wilson, could you step over here, please? I'd like you to watch this lady while I phone the police. Ma'am, this item is stolen, as I'm sure you know.
Oh, her sister stole it. That makes sense, because we saw her steal shoes earlier in the season.
I'm not getting enough air back here. I don't think I can breathe. I'm going into labor. Yes,
Skylar is capable of some theatrics as well, just like Walter. Guess it just runs in the family, even though they're not related. Guess Walter's personality and skill just rubbed off on her. I'm nervous. I have a feeling that it's not going to go the way they want it to, or at least as smoothly as they want it to.
Let's go to the grab room.
Are they going to tip it over? Oh no, they're going to tie it. Tipping it over probably would have worked too, unless they're going to do that as well, because then there's no way he can open it.
Let's just take this. Come on. Come on. What the hell are you doing opening the door?
How are you going to take this thing out? Come on.
Oh man, I love it. That's hilarious. Well, they did get it. I thought that they would encounter maybe a little bit of resistance, but it was a pretty clean operation.
You're a real estate agent. When is she supposed to come back?
I don't know. I'll make damn sure she doesn't.
Oh no. Open house, bro. That's the last thing they need happening right now.
With the amount of methylamine that we got last night, we can make 4.5 pounds a week for the foreseeable future.
Unless you get caught by the realtor.
Someone's in the yard. Shh.
Oh my gosh, the house is full of people right now. Just barricade the basement door at all costs.
That tiara. They accused me of shoplifting it. What is wrong with you? Can you please tell me that? I have no idea what the hell you're even talking about.
Yeah, she's gonna try and hide from this. She's been caught red-handed, and we, the audience, already know that she's been doing it with lots of things. Also, that does not bode well for Walter that Skylar is reacting to her sister shoplifting occasionally. In that way, I can't imagine how she would react if she ever found out about what Walter's doing.
I just want to see the basement.
You ain't seen the basement. You got that? Is that sinking in? Now beat it. All you all, house is not for sale. Get the hell out.
Jesse, you legend. That's certainly one way to fix the situation that they were dealing with. Also, does that mean that they're just going to make his basement the permanent cook place? Because if they don't have open house people coming through, it seems like a pretty good setup.
Everything okay?
Actually, not at all. You know that tiara? She stole it.
People sometimes do things for their families.
And what, that justifies stealing?
Walter's sympathizing with her because he's in the same situation, even more extreme.
What would you do if it were me?
There's the question we're all wondering.
If it were me, what would you do? Would you divorce me? Would you turn me into the police?
You don't want to find out.
Well, that's not a very good answer then. It's interesting how this episode, Walter's slowly kind of getting a feel on how everybody would feel about his situation if they found out. Because he talked to Hank earlier, now he's talked to Skylar, and now he knows the sister-in-law's position because she's doing illegal stuff as well.
This is blue.
Maybe blue, but it's the bomb.
Tight, yeah. Blue, yellow, pink, whatever, man. Just keep bringing me that.
This guy's got such an eccentric personality.
Just remember who you're working for. What did you say? Are you saying that they're stupid? Are you saying that I'm stupid? I'm just saying. No, you're just speaking for me. I'm gonna let.
Oh.
Oh! Damn, man, look at that, look!
Man, just slaughtered a dude right in front of him just for a grammatical error in his eyes. Jesse's thinking, you better never do that to me. Man, they're deep into the business now. They got a whole system going, and it's effective. That was a very interesting scene to end the season on, though. Not that it's bad, it's just not what I was expecting. So season 1 of Breaking Bad is finished, and I loved it so much. Great season of TV. And I know I've heard some of you guys talk about how it just keeps getting better and better, and so I can't wait to continue on with it. But hopefully you enjoyed seeing me react to all of this. Definitely some fantastic moments throughout the season and a great last episode. Obviously Walter and Jesse, they are in the business fully now. They got their own system running. They have a pretty good setup, it seems like. They talked about how they have enough material now to cook for quite a long time, and so it doesn't seem like there's gonna be anything major stopping them, at least for a little bit. And they got a good distributor in the fact that he can distribute and pay them, but he's obviously a bad dude. Just beat the crap out of his partner there right in front of him at the end. And I don't know the way that it was cut there at the end, if it was signifying either that Walter was horrified by what was happening, or if he was like kind of admiring the control he had over his partner. I'm not sure what his interpretation was or what he thought about that reaction. But just recapping my thoughts on the season, I think that all the characters are phenomenal, every single one. I don't think there's a weak character that I've seen in the show so far, from the stars, Walter, Jesse, all the way down to the side characters like sister-in-law Marie or Walter Jr., or even single episode characters like Hugo. And I think the acting across the board is just incredible. So many great moments of acting from everybody. I feel like each person, the show writers, really gave them a chance to shine and connect with the audience. I think that will pay off big time as I go through the show, because with such a strong foundation and relationship with all of them from the start, I'm definitely more invested and I care a lot more about each of the characters going forward. So I'm excited to see as I go further on into the next season how the characters change, if they do, if it's as drastic as the changes in this season. And I feel like this season was a lot of kind of discovery for Walter personally, and even though there was a ton of stuff that happened in this season, I feel like it definitely was a lot of setting up scenarios, which I'm sure are gonna just be paid off as the seasons go on, because obviously we had Walter discover that he could cook meth with Jesse, and he kind of quit for a little bit before he got back into it. We had the whole discovery of cancer and deciding whether or not he was going to go through with it. And so there was a lot of time spent on kind of Walter figuring out what he wanted to do in this stage of his life. And so now that at the end of the season he seems pretty set on cooking meth with Jesse, I'm assuming the next season will just get straight into some craziness, because there isn't as much setting up that it will have to do that this season had to do. And I know I didn't really comment on it a whole lot during the show, the filmmaking quality or anything like that, but I thought it was great. It never distracted me. There was never any like bad moments that kind of took me out of the show. I feel like it was all shot very well. I like the use of handheld when they used handheld, and kind of a more locked off shot or angles in other scenes. I think the people behind the scenes, the crew, definitely understand how to make a compelling show and make one that is enjoyable to watch as far as the camera work and the lighting. The farther the show went along, I definitely noticed a lot more kind of specific colors and color schemes that were used to add to scenes and things like that, which I appreciated. I think color is a great way to help tell a story, and it seems like they are very interested in using color to aid their script, and so I liked a lot of those aspects. And I like that this last episode kind of started to tease Walter's predicament with each individual family member. We only got through probably about 3, I would say, with Hank, Skylar, and Marie, and how what he's doing could affect each of their opinions or reactions to what he's doing. And I like that it's kind of setting up those things and not just waiting until something would happen. If anything did happen, it's kind of letting us know what to expect from each of these people. And so I don't know if it'll do that with more characters like Walter Jr. or anything like that, but I like that it's kind of giving us a little bit of foreshadowing, if you will, of characters' actions and things like that. It'll definitely add a lot more weight to scenes later on if they do come into play. And so I just think the writing of the show is phenomenal, and I can only assume that it's just going to keep getting better and better as the show goes on. And so super excited to continue on. As always, if you would like to watch these episodes with me for the entire length, definitely consider checking out my Patreon link in the description. That's where you can find the full-length reactions to these episodes. You will also get full-length reactions and commentaries to my other stuff from the channel, and be able to vote on polls that help me decide what I watch or react to in the future. And if you enjoyed watching this video, definitely consider leaving a thumbs up. That helps the channel out a lot. So I appreciate all of you guys, all your support, and I can't wait to continue on this journey with you all. And so until the next episode, I will see you all later. Peace.